Pavitra, well, I think it's very interesting to be in conversation with you today on Filme Shilmy. You were obviously evicted on Saturday on Weekend Cover, or Sunday rather, on Weekend Cover. How has life been for you since coming out of the
Yes.
house?
Uh, After coming out of the house, indeed, it was a very shocking moment for me. It was like I was not at all expecting that I'll get evicted on 8th week. But yeah, now the life has I've come to the normal routine and so many shocking things when you come out of the house, critics and everything, and how the audience is treating you and greeting you. So it's indeed a very happy moment for me going on right now. I'm just enjoying the hard work that I have put in the house, and I received the reward of that. I'm being very blessed right now and grateful.
Hmm. When you went into the house, that task you had with
Yeah.
the seniors, they were quite impressed with the way you sort of made observations about the housemates. What was your
Yeah.
Petra then as a housemate, and how did that change significantly throughout your journey in the house?
No, nothing. The thing is that I did not strategize anything before entering in the house. In fact, when I entered also, so I knew only one thing, that how the way the other contestants are going to behave with me, I'm gonna react in the same way, or I'll try my level best to be polite enough. But if someone is trying to like screw me over and like say anything and everything to me, and that is for no reason, I'm not gonna listen to anyone. Like I'm not gonna take bullshit. And this is what how I was behaving in the house, and that was the simple strategy, that if you are gonna uh, uh, react in a bad way to me, I'm gonna react super bad way to you. Like it is very simple. If you'll give me love, I'll give you respect, and I'll like immense love. But you need to be very nice to me, else just be aware. That was the only strategy in the house and nothing else. And I think that was the only thing that the seniors were liking about me.
Yeah. I,
Straightforward.
so I think your dynamic with Eijaz has been spoken a lot about as well in the house. So how would you describe the sort of
Yeah.
rapport you have with him? I mean, how would you describe it? Because a lot of people kind of, in a way, compare it to Kabir Singh in many, many ways. How would you describe the relationship you have with Eijaz?
Eijaz and me shared a very beautiful bond, very beautiful relationship in the house. Like I'll tell you, day one when I entered in the house, I knew somehow that I think he's the man that in this house, he's the man that I can share my joys and sorrows with, and I can crib over anything and everything. And he's someone who will not judge me, but will understand me for sure. But slowly and gradually, that understanding part only was taking other shape of those butterflies in your stomach, and when he's around and if we feel sad, and like keeping those expectations from him, that how he's going to behave, and I hope he'll do justice to me. And when you bloom from inside now, you have certain expectations that comes up. So we like each other. We like each other. I won't say that it's a love thing. Love is a very heavy word though. But we like each other, of course.
Wow.
And let's see how this likeness will go where. And yes, more than this I can't say. But yes, it was a very beautiful space that we shared in the house. Indeed, like still missing. I see the live feed, and yeah, me too, missing him.
Oh, that's really sweet. That's really sweet. But I think coming out of the house, Pavitra, since you've obviously spent a significant time with all the housemates, has your opinion changed on anyone, for the good or for the bad?
Not really. I did not change my opinion for anyone. Like the last opinions that I had and I got with me coming out of that house are still the same. To be very honest, I'm not a woman who will change my point of views and who will change um, um, my opinions about people. It's like for me, I'm not a bad person when it comes to judging someone. So I don't judge anyone easily. But when it comes to their personalities and my observations, I'm never wrong. So it has not really changed for the housemates. It's exactly the same I used to think.
Hmm. So, what are you making of the challenges coming in?
I think they are coming just for just to give the boost to the show. I'm sure because all of them who all are coming, they're like entertainment themselves, and people knows them how they are. So I'm just waiting, and I'm very excited to see what they are going to do inside. Just one thing, they don't bother Eijaz, please. No, just be away from him. Just one thing for them. No, just be away from him, and do not argue with him over any silly thing. So other than that, I think they are going to do the justice with the show in matter of TRPs, also in matter of making the audience also happy and keeping them entertained like all the time. So let's see.
Hmm. And who who do you dislike the most in the house? As in, is there someone that you're still not gonna bother seeing after they come out of the house, or are you gonna happily sort of meet everyone if you get the opportunity to?
See, there's no one that I say that uh, I dislike. And saying dislike is a very heavy word again because the industry that we belong to, we are gonna come and see each other like on different platforms, in different events. So keeping that kind of hatred in heart is like no use. You know what I mean? Because we are, and if we're gonna cross the road one fine time or moment or one day, so not like that, but yeah, I know one thing that who I like actually and who I would love to really spend time once those contestants are out. I know those people, but not those people that I'm not gonna see your face, like seriously get lost. No, not that kind of face, not for anyone. Because eventually it was a game show, and I think after that game also there is a life. And we're mature enough to understand that whatever happens in that house is all because of the pressure and so many things. Because you're limited people there, and you gotta listen to each other there. And sometimes you get convinced by what they said, and you don't really understand the other person's point of view, that why it happened. So they have their own judgments and their own perceptions. So people are not really bad in the house. It's just the game is like that they have to do things that the other person doesn't like sometimes.
Hmm.
So no hatred, but yes, I would love to spend my time with Eijaz, Abhinav, Rubina outside the house indeed.
Hmm. One interesting thing actually that I saw on this show was that moment, that little tutu meme you had with Ali actually during the box wala task. That is something which I found very interesting because obviously Ali is someone who you know outside as well of the Big Boss house. You've worked with him in Ye Hai Mohabbatein, and it was almost like seeing Romy versus Nidhi from Ye Hai Mohabbatein when you guys had that little
Yeah.
argument. Um, so I mean, how disappointed were you, perhaps, with the way your rapport with Ali panned out in the house?
Indeed, I was. I was. It was a very disheartening moment for me. Like it was. It was something that because of your special friend, you are, and that too, a thing happened in the task, and that too, when I had just put a butterfly, like a moth, in the box, and the woman who was sitting inside has done Khatro Ki Khiladi like me the show,
Hmm.
like where they had to prove their strength, like she was there. So I think a moth was not a very big thing, and I did not harm her in any way. It was and we were instructed, like in the rule book, that we have to do certain things to bother the contestants so that they come out of the box. And I was not actually doing anything. And on that, when he started saying that, oh, Jasmine, you were right. She's a cheap woman and she's a disgusting woman. You were right about her. That was the moment when I realized that this is not him saying all these things. It's
Hmm.
her who fed him these things. Because every time you were saying you were right, you were right, you were right. So I believe whatever happened, I I have only one shikayat from Ali, and that is that you should have not really trust your fellow friend, a so-called best friend, and you could have understood me also and the boundaries of the task and the requirements of the task that I was why I did that, and not a very bad thing. Secondly, though those two, like you can, and for her, she should have understood that she should have kept that possessiveness or insecurity aside and not, and she should have not uh, come in between two friends. Like I'm okay, I get it that you are best friend, I am just a friend, but friendship is friendship, and there are no limitations of friendship. It's just a equal respect that we keep with each other. So I think it was not Ali majorly, but it was her who did the damage.
Oh wow,
It's
that's
just that
interesting.
Ali got convinced. Yeah.
Wow, it's interesting. But because we're talking about skepticism on all aspects here, I think there's also a few people on social media and on in the audience actually who kind of might say that your relationship or that sort of camaraderie that you shared with Eijaz is staged and scripted. What would you say to those people who say that to you?
No, 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 no. Whosoever is saying these things that mine and Ajaz's relationship is fake, please. It is not at all fake. It is all real. It was real and it will be real because we are not kids. We are mature people. We know what we are doing on national television. And I think we are very strong people. We are very strong headed, like men and women, that we don't need a support to go ahead in the show. You getting my point? We are very strong-headed people. Like we both are not someone that, oh, I'm gonna be pile on you, I'm gonna climb on you, and you climb on me and be pile on me, and let's go together. No, we are two different individuals, two different personalities with strong heads indeed. So anyone, okay, 50% people are thinking it's fake, 50% people are thinking it's real. I'll go ahead with the real one because we know it was real. So you can think whatever you're thinking. I really have no issues with that. We knows what we were doing inside.
Very good answer. Very good answer. Also the fact that you've experienced quite a journey in the house. I mean, you've had friendships, you've had hurt, you've
Yeah.
obviously had a
Yeah.
bit of infatuation, if I can say that. You've had a bit of everything in the house. You've kind of had a very interesting kind of journey within the house. What would you say you've discovered the most about yourself as a person within your Bigg Boss journey?
My reaction, like whenever I used to see any action coming on me or towards me, the way I used to react was something that I really thought about a lot during the house and even after coming out of the house also. Like one thing I learned in the house was no matter what, there has to be a limit in the reaction that I give, how loud, how soft, that needs to be there. But the
Mhm.
most beautiful thing inside was the fight that I had with Ijaz. And just after that, the love that we shared together, that thing was ultimate. Like we used to only get confused. Like, what is it? Like, are we really fighting? Are we going to fight now? Like when we used to be together and be very cozy and lovey-dovey. So that time we used to discuss, are we going to fight very soon? Because this is getting too sweet. Those moments, yes. And yes, one more thing that when my friends, my so-called friends stabbed me like on my face, in my back, everywhere, that was that used to be the breaking point for me, where I used to cry in bathrooms, in restrooms, like I used to cry little that why is happening with me? What did I do? Where did I go wrong with them that they are behaving like this? So that was
Mm,
a very disheartening. Uh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, speaking of disheartening as well, I think it was very sad and very difficult and heavy to watch, where the housemates had to um, almost kind of share their deepest and darkest secrets in front of Bigg Boss. And I think it was very brave of Ejaz to kind of come out so openly about what's happened to him. And I think even every housemate, I think for them to sort of find their own fears or what bothers them was definitely something which kind of made me cry and brought a tear to my eye as well. But Pavitra, do you think that perhaps maybe using this as a task for a final race, do you think that it might be a little bit inappropriate because of the fact that, people are judging each other by whose truth is more shocking, so to speak, on the fact that the team kind of used this as a task for people to judge other people's miseries, basically, and compare whose is more
The
sad.
task was wrong. Indeed, I'll say
Yes,
the task was wrong. They should have not kept that kind of task. And that task was not at all required. At all required. So for the makers, yes, they did wrong. They did wrong. They should have not kept a task like that. And that to just to reach the finale where the worst part was, okay, if you have given the task also justified, but you are giving the hold and the command in the hands of other housemates that they are going to judge your deepest, darkest thing. They are going
yes,
to judge what they've been through. That was pathetic.
I
And
agree.
whereas they were judging and they were giving a note कि नहीं हमें इसका, like we did not like this secret very very deep and very dark, we like this secret very deep and dark. No, secrets are deep, dark, we know how like what they are, and we know how we feel inside whenever it has happened, that darkest moment. You are no one to judge us. So that thing was pathetic when they gave the command to the housemates that, oh, you need to decide that whose secret was the darkest. No, everyone's secret. So first of all, the task was pathetic. Second, housemates judging was, oh, ridiculous. No,
Yeah,
no, 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 not at all acceptable. Yeah.
absolutely. This is exactly what I was trying to get at. But how do you think you would have
And
coped?
that too when no one is a saint inside the house. Come on.
Yeah, it's true actually. I
Yeah.
think for the first time in Big Boss history, we've had contestants where, usually you have a goodie and you have a baddie, or you have like a hero and you have a villain. This time there's
Yeah.
everyone's gray. Everyone is gray, and everyone has their positives, everyone has their negatives, and it's very difficult to kind of pinpoint that one housemate that you particularly say you love, 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 because
Exactly. Yeah.
so I think, but how do you think you would have coped in that task had you been in the house, Pavitra?
I would have left my ticket to finale and I would have not uttered a single word about my dark, deep, dark secret when, on a note where the housemates are going to decide that my secret is deep, dark, or not. You're no one to judge my past. I'm so sorry. I will not give you that command over my life, what I have been through in my life. So sorry. You, pennies, no. Sorry. You keep the ticket to finale.
Ab- Absolutely, आप रखो
Yeah.
अपने पास, definitely. But
Yeah, I don't need it, dude.
I think also, actually, I wanted to sort of speak to you about. I'm sure you saw that big, massive blowout that Rubina and Kavita had as well. What did you make of that?
One thing, promo I saw the promo where they're fighting, where Kavita is saying that I know so many things about your husband and I'll open my mouth. Shall I tell you how's your husband and all? So that was the moment I was like, you don't have to take like someone's personal thing in between. Come on, fight for the game. That is extremely cheap of saying that I know the secrets about your husband and I know you want me to say things about your husband, how he was. And that was ridiculous. Like, find something else, babe, to fight. Like, not on that person. Don't go below the belt. And Kavita have a habit. I have seen her in the house. She always goes below the belt to hit. Always below the belt to hit. And I think that is very nasty of someone to comment like this on anyone, whether it's a fight or anything. Not a good way.
Hmm. If you had a chance to go back into the house, Pavitra, what would be your approach this time as a housemate?
I'm gonna show each and every one of them the real mirror. And then I'm gonna climb up on that wall of Bigg Boss and I will be saying, I am the lioness here, and you better fucking behave yourself now. As I am gonna split you apart and trust me on this.
Oh my
So
God.
be mom, pack your bags and out from this house. Out now.
Do you know what? You might as well just go in and
Yeah.
feel the trophy. Why don't you? just grab this trophy like a Dhumtu wala stunt sequence. So you basically break into the house and take the trophy and just come
Oh
home.
yes. Oh yes. I would love to.
Yeah, yeah. But I think on a final note as well, Pavitra. Before I let you go as well, who do you see as your winner of Big Boss season 14?
Eijaz, Khan, what else? It's only Eijaz.
Yeah, I should have known. I should have known that answer. Actually, to be fair.
Yeah, how can you even ask me? Like, whose name?
So finally, finally,
What should I?
what's next for you in terms of like career goals now? Because obviously you did really well, I think, in Ye Hai Mohabbat Hai.
I will. I am not gonna do television for a while. Like I'll take a break because I have while these 10 years I have done television. So I will stick to realities for a while, web series and the movies. So I wanna really change. I need some change now of this from this television proper that starts the whole drama. I just need to come out.
I think
I
you
would
had
love to judge roadies. I won't mind hosting roadies and all that. Yeah.
That is very interesting. I think you'd be a very interesting judge actually on Roadies as well. And plus, it's a very popular show, and you've obviously been on there. I mean, you've been on. Is it on? You've been on that sort of show before on MTV before, in your very early
Splitsvilla, yes, yes, yes.
Splitsvilla, right? So I'm sure you probably had experience of doing that. So I'm sure you'd probably know what to look out for in contestants as a judge, right?
I would love to just go ahead with, yeah, I would love to just go ahead with Big Brother also. I'm going to try my level best just to enter in Big Brother.
Oh wow, the international series.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I wish Big Brother UK was still active because it would have been very interesting to see you in the UK edition. Like I've been an avid follower for so long. So it would have been really great to see you in that. But I think honestly, Pavitra, I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining me on Filme Shilmy. And sorry you've left the house, but hopefully you've got some other very bright things to look forward to in the future. And wishing you
Yes,
all the very best.
yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pavitra. Take care.
Bye, bye, bye. You too. Bye.